Commission presents The Samaritan, a 6-part drama by Colm Flanagan. Episode 6, A Journey Finished.
It was Passover week in Jerusalem, and I sometimes wondered if I was the only Samaritan in the place. Everyone seemed to be gathered from all around the country. And in the middle of all this, Jesus and his followers were the centre of attraction, both from the crowds of pilgrims and from the less welcome Pharisees and scribes. I joined people on the road to Jerusalem on the second day as I left the tavern in Bethany and set out to meet my friend Jairus. I'd offered to accompany him in his efforts to put in a good word for Jesus. Jairus had a friend in the Sanhedrin, the ruling Jewish council. We went first to his house in the city.
Shalom. I wish you good health. I'm Jairus, a leader of the Capernaum synagogue in Galilee. Might I speak with Rabbi Nicodemus? I'm an old friend.
Shalom, sir. I am Cleopas, Nicodemus' secretary. I'm sorry, sir, he is not at home. He has urgent business in the Sanhedrin.
Would that be anything to do with the preacher from Galilee, Jesus of Nazareth?
I really couldn't say, sir. The rabbi just told me to await his return later. Perhaps you and your friend...
Azariah is a colleague of mine.
Shalom, Azariah. Are you also from the Capernaum synagogue?
Greetings, Cleopas. No, but I am a friend of Rabbi Jairus. I'm from Sychar in Samaria. I noticed Cleopas's eyebrows rose a bit at that, but he was most courteous.
As I was saying, perhaps you would both care to wait in the inner courtyard for the rabbi. Might I provide some refreshment?
Thank you, Cleopas. That would be most welcome. The day grows warm.
Rabbi Jairus, I did not wish to discuss Jesus at the gateway. There may be listening ears. Jesus is controversial, and my master Nicodemus fears for his safety.
I have noticed many Pharisees out and about in the city, often talking to all kinds of people. I noticed money changing hands on one occasion.
Yes, indeed, Azariah. Jesus has many bitter enemies here, and the Pharisees have many informants.
And you, Cleopas?
I will trust both of you. I am a follower of the Messiah, Jesus, God's anointed one.
As are we.
Have you met Jesus, Azariah?
I have indeed, and I have seen him heal friends. He gave me a new life too.
Sometimes leaders see Jesus as a threat.
As he is. If his way is followed, they lose a lot of their power.
Yes, that's why Nicodemus and a few others are trying to protect him.
We came to talk with him and try to persuade him. It seems we didn't need to.
Nevertheless, your coming has been welcome. Where are you staying? Perhaps you can arrange to return later and speak more with Nicodemus.
I have relatives here in the city. I'll be staying there.
And you, Azariah?
Oh, I'll find somewhere.
You may struggle. The city is packed for the feast. If you wish, Azariah, you're welcome to stay with me and my wife. We have apartments close by, though our home is in Emmaus, some miles to the west. You will be welcome, and I would like to hear more of your story.
Thank you. That would be very kind. Our meeting with Nicodemus was not entirely a cheerful one. He felt that there was little to be done except to see fair play for Jesus if things got difficult. The high priest, Caiaphas, was adamant that Jesus must be arrested and charged with blasphemy. I stayed with Cleopas for the next 2 days. Jesus seemed to be keeping out of public view and was staying with his friends in Bethany. But soon it was the day before Passover, and that morning Cleopas's wife, Judith, asked if I could do them a favour.
Cleopas and I will be staying here for Passover, of course. I presume that you don't normally keep that festival, Azariah.
Actually, Judith, for most of my life I wasn't interested in any religion, though my people also have a similar feast to your Passover. I still don't feel any great need for it.
Might I ask if you would be prepared to travel to my house in Emmaus? We have left some servants in charge, so you'll be well looked after.
We will celebrate Passover here, and we'll be coming back after the Sabbath is finished. You can stay as long as you want, Azariah. Have you made any plans to return to Galilee, Or Sychar?
Not yet, Judith. My betrothed, Abigail, knows I'll be away a while, but yes, I would like to get back to her in Sychar soon. But I'm happy to stay in your house, and I'll take the road north when the time comes.
That will be most kind of you, Azariah.
The next morning, Thursday, I set out from the apartment, making my way through the city to the western gates. Passing the temple, I saw Jesus. As usual, there was a crowd pressing round him as he spoke. And as usual, a group of sullen-looking Pharisees, some of them taking notes. It was worrying. But suddenly I wanted out of the city and its frenzied atmosphere. I strode westward to Emmaus and found Cleopas' house. The next day I had little to do. I wondered what was happening back in Jerusalem, and on impulse, decided to walk the 7 miles back to the city. But after a while, I noticed something in the air. Then it grew dark. I felt afraid. The air was still, as if the whole world had stopped and was waiting. I pressed on into the gathering darkness and into the city. There was a terrible silence. A light glowed in the tavern and I went in. It was empty except for the host. Shalom, a glass of wine, please. I've been travelling, I've only just arrived.
Well, you've missed them then.
Missed what?
The crucifixions, of course. 3 new crosses on Skull Hill today. Even if they were criminals. Well, curse the Romans, I say.
Is that usual at feast time?
You're not from around here, then?
No.
Oh, yes. There's always some. Mind you, they let one man free. How kind of them. The nastiest of the lot. A terrorist called Barabbas. But there was another guy they fitted up. False charges, the lot. The Pharisees were behind it, of course, but Pilate gave in to them. He's scared to offend them too much, you know. The guy was just some poor preacher from up north in Galilee.
Did you hear his name?
Oh, Jesus somebody or other. They said he'd called himself the King of the Jews, the Messiah. They were out to get him.
How'd you get to Skull Hill from here?
Do you want to have a look? Oh, it's a nasty sight. Well, turn right at the door, left up the hill. You can't miss it.
Thanks, I must go there.
But aren't you going to finish your wine? Oh.
I ran through the city and up to Skull Hill. Surely it couldn't be true. But in my heart I knew who would be in that 3rd cross. Then, while still some way off, I heard a voice cry out, "Finished!" There was no hurry anymore. That cry told me all I needed to know. All our efforts had been in vain. Jesus was dying. He'd be dead soon. There was no reason to stay here. I turned away and made the journey back to Emmaus. It was a long, hard road now. And I didn't even want to think of the future, if there was one now. The next day was the Sabbath, and little moved. Then, on the 3rd day, I decided to walk back towards the city and meet Cleopas and Judith. Then I'd say my goodbyes and head north.
Azariah.
Well met, Azariah. It's good to see you.
Hello, Cleopas, Judith. I thought I'd just come and meet you both.
We've been talking about Jesus and his death.
Oh, Cleopas, I'm so sorry. I heard him cry out from the cross.
You did?
Yes. I went into Jerusalem that afternoon, but I couldn't stay. I came back to Emmaus.
Oh, I should introduce you to this man, Azariah. He's been explaining many things that we hadn't really understood. About the Messiah, about why he had to die. He joined us just when we were feeling very low. But, sir, I missed your name.
I am Jesus, son of Joseph, from Bethlehem.
Oh, the same name as our Jesus, but he came from Nazareth, of course.
Azariah, I take it you knew him also.
He changed my life.
Indeed he did.
Do I know you, sir?
We will know each other better as we talk.
In the meantime, we're nearly home.
I should be getting along now.
We live right here, Jesus. Would you like to join us for a meal? Do stay with us a little longer.
Yes, please do. You have cheered our hearts this dark morning.
We went inside and the servants prepared a meal for us all. It was getting dusk outside. The stranger, Jesus, said little as Cleopas told me of the events of the last few days as they'd unfolded.
It seems the high priest had it all worked out, though Pilate took a lot of persuading. Nicodemus told me that the so-called trial was a travesty of all our laws, but Caiaphas didn't care.
Caiaphas, Pilate, Herod, they all played their part.
Horrible men.
We talked some more, then the servants brought our food and lit the lamps. Cleopas turned to his new friend, the stranger, Jesus.
Sir, would you give thanks for the meal?
Friend Cleopas, Judith, Azariah, let us take this bread and wine as it was taken at Passover. From now on, as often as you do it in remembrance of me. Father, open their eyes.
Jesus!
It is you.
He's gone. In a flash, as Jesus spoke, I recognised him. He was with us right now. How could I and the others have been so blind? We had met the risen Lord. He was indeed the Son of God. Death could not hold him. I recognised him.
My heart was burning in me all the time he was with us.
He's really alive. Death cannot kill him.
He lives.
Praise be to
Hallelujah,
God.
He lives.
praise
After a
God.
moment, we calmed down.
I must tell Peter and the other disciples and Nicodemus about this.
But it's getting late.
I don't care. I couldn't sleep anyway knowing this. I must go to Jerusalem now. The others are scared and hiding, and I need to tell them this.
Well, I'll come with you.
So will I. And we did. When we met the others, they too had news. Jesus had appeared to others, including Peter. So we stayed that night in Jerusalem and returned the next day to Emmaus. A different journey, back in the sunshine, after the terrible journeys we'd made earlier.
What will you do now, Azariah?
I think I must leave. I need to bring this news to my own people. Word of this will spread, and I know the truth. I don't want silly rumours and gossip about it.
You know you will always have a place here, Azariah, if you and Abigail are ever near Jerusalem. I think the risen Lord may have something special for you in Samaria, though.
Perhaps he will. Goodbye, Cleopas, Judith, at least for now.
And God's blessings go with you, Azariah.
Judith was right. The news of Jesus spread like wildfire to all parts of the country. The disciples and others became known as followers of the way, and numbers grew fast. It was some time later that, back in Sychar again, I met Philip, one of the 12 disciples.
Just before he left us, Jesus gave us a task to spread the word. He mentioned Jerusalem and Samaria before the rest of the world. I believe he asked me to help the followers here in Samaria. I want you and Abigail to assist me. We know that in Jesus there is no Jew or Samaritan, just followers of the Son, the way to God, and that all who love him are one in his glory.
I couldn't have put it as well as Philip, but that's our life now. To see that vision fulfilled among our own people, the Samaritans. One day, we will be with him, and the outsiders will be insiders, forever. And for now, farewell, until we meet again in Christ who reigns forever.
In the final episode of The Samaritan, Azariah was played by Mark Clanny and Demetrius by John Lander. Cleopas was played by Trevor Williams and Judith by Hilary Dewhurst. The series was written and produced by Colm Flanagan at Commission Studios in Belfast, Northern Ireland.